Good afternoon, everybody. I know I was asked to give a short speech, but the other side of the story is that I didn't really know that it was going to be my speech that was the keynote address. I was asked to give a short speech about retiring. So now the speech is about retirement, but it's also about the graduates. Because without the graduates, we would not be successful. So I am going to tell you things, and it's going to run longer than 5 minutes, but it won't be that long. It's just moderately so. Think about all of the students over the years that have had to listen to me for hours. Right, Amy? Our other adjunct faculty member, okay, Amy Coker, she has been with us for a few years as an adjunct faculty member, but she also graduated from the Nuclear Medicine Technology program here at Santa Fe. But again, I want to encourage you all, especially again the students graduating today. So let me start by congratulating really to our graduating NMT and radiography classes of 2013, to their families and friends who have supported them throughout the past 22 months. I am certain that the graduates are very grateful to them. Today, it is about you, the graduates. I would like to share with you only some of my reflections. So I'm again trying to weave, a little bit of a retirement speech and an encouragement speech to our graduates. I want to again share only some of my reflections, some of my thoughts that I have of my professional life. Now, as I finish my tenure here, yes, after 33 and a half years, it has been quite a ride, as anybody who has worked that long knows. But at the same time, this is a great institution. It is my time also, a time to retire. I hope that perhaps with my talk, I may encourage you in some way to help inspire you, the graduates, to continue to achieve further successes beyond graduation, beyond passing the board exam. You want to be successful in your careers. With respect to our time here, I will again try to limit my keynote address, knowing very well there will also be some very important people that I haven't included. I am truly very grateful to many individuals that have supported me throughout my college years. My NMT training, my NMT professional career began 40 years ago in 1973 at the Nuclear Medicine Institute in Cleveland, Ohio. As I finished my undergraduate degree, just as now, there were limited number of jobs available, especially for most Bachelor of Science degrees, including mine in biological sciences. At that time, we college students did not use the word stress. It just wasn't there as far as the word goes. We did have stress. We just didn't use it in our conversations like we do now. Of course, it was different then. After all, when someone asked us, "Hey, how you doing?" our answer was, "Surviving." So now I am a survivor. But more importantly, I have also been successful through the many successes of our students. It works both ways. It's a secret. I am certain that our more successful graduates, even more so than I, did not dwell on their stresses. I believe that. They always minimized their stress. They looked at it as their cup was minimally, at least, half full. So soon, to encourage you, I will give you some examples of our prior graduate successes. And I want you to really think about those successes, because I want you to think, as Brian said, where will you be in 20 years? Okay. For now, there are some very special and sincere thank yous. And again, we'll get to the examples. That I do need to express these thank yous to my parents, who always, and although uneducated beyond early grade school, had the courage to immigrate to our great country, the United States of America, bringing me as a 3.5-year-old, along with very little that we owned. Despite their lack of much formal education, they encouraged me to learn, to question things that I was learning. It was for my sake of gaining knowledge, but as well for their sake, because they learned along with me. As a proud, naturalized U.S. citizen, at this time I would also like to acknowledge and sincerely thank all the individuals, past and present, military and non-military, who have served or are serving our great country, even to the point of having given up their lives, to help us maintain the freedoms that we all enjoy. All of us has suffered stress, are stressed, but compared to most of our troops, that is only relatively so. I thank my wonderful wife, Patricia, who, by the way, is a certified radiographer. She is employed at the UF Infirmary. She has had some innate, very important qualities, which includes that she truly cares about others, me included. Throughout all of our lives, with mostly good times in our 37 years of marriage, I thank also my 2 adult children, Elisa and Joseph, who have taught me so many, many things. Yes, as we raise them first, as parents should. Our reward now is that we, as adults, have relationships with them, and we are friends. They continue to teach me in what they say and do, and to confide in us, and even ask us for advice. We have been blessed with 2 beautiful grandsons, Alexander and Julian, who I have been able to bond with very closely despite their distance to California, where my daughter and her family live. But now on to some other thank yous. My sincere thank you to our past Santa Fe Community College presidents, our current Santa Fe College president, Dr. Jackson Sasser, for guiding Santa Fe College in their own rights to greatness in the communities we serve, our state, and also our nation. Donahue for all their understanding and support of our programs to continue to be the best in the state and one of the best in the nation. Thank yous to also all of our past and present support staff. As an example, you just met earlier Lisa Davis. This is all our support staff, from clerical on down, who have helped us succeed. Thank you also to our past radiologic program director. Some of you, of course, know him. He has been our mentor and my friend, Edwin Dice, who is Professor Emeritus of Radiologic Programs. Ed, wherever you're at, please stand. Thank you. Thank you for all the help, Ed, that you have given all of us, especially his advice given to me over the years. Thank you to our present imaging programs director, and yes, friend, Professor Bobby Conter, for all of her understanding and care that she has shown us, and most certainly towards me. To our current NMT program director and very good friend, prior graduate, Brian Goring. Thank you, Brian. To our wonderful adjuncts, our prior graduates, as you know, Amy Coker and Angela Conti. Our very competent adjunct, Sarah Smith. Sarah, please stand. Just for a second. Thank you. Now, she is married to one of our very successful graduates, Brian Smith. Now, Brian was here. Is he still in the audience? All right, please stand and give knowledge. And here's why. Again, I'm trying to encourage all of you. Brian, who only graduated in 2005, right? I've got 33 other classes to think about, right? But anyhow, listen to this. He is now radiology manager at one of our affiliates in Lake City Medical Center. It can be done, okay? There are many more graduates like Brian who have become lead technologists, supervisors, chief technologists, managers, administrators. Graduates, it's all up to you. I believe more than ever before, your successes in our professions and beyond will happen with time and further effort. I may have helped our prior graduates as students with their professional foundation, but many did continue to build themselves into the multi-talented professional individuals that they are. I encourage again all of you graduates to keep in mind a few more examples, if I may, and please listen to their titles that I'm going to tell you. Miss Lisa M. Pravat. She is currently one of the SFC, Santa Fe College Board of Trustees member. She is also a public school administrator in Bradford County. Ken Manning, Chief Operation Officer of Trident Medical Imaging Systems. April Adams, top-ranked sales, medical devices, diagnostic imaging. Alberta Tinea, service administrator, Halifax Medical Center. Oh, and by the way, that is a step, fortunately, above even the manager's position of radiology, which he had prior to this. Amy J. Gwynn, Health Communications Specialist at the CDC in Atlanta. Levester Jones, Director of Radiology, Florida Cancer Specialists in Tampa, St. Pete. Joshua Carroll, Senior Sales Director, South Region, IBA Molecular. John Millay, owner of Nuclear Medicine Professionals Incorporated here in Gainesville and one of our employers. He was in the class of 1997, by the way. I remember that very well. Chantel Corbett, CFO, Nuclear Medicine and PET at Fusion Incorporated. And I do want to say also, just one other thought here with, our faculty members. Yes, most in some way have either been graduates or connected with us through other means. But out of Amy's class, Amy Coker's class, 3 of these names that I mentioned, April Adams, Alberto Teneo, and Amy Gwynn, they were all in Amy's class. What binds them together? It's not just the friendship. It is more than that. The successes that they have, is based on what is outcomes. When I reflect back, it is with good reason that we on the nuclear medicine technology side have almost 100% pass rate on the board exams. Radiography truly has 100% pass rate on their board exams. So family members think about that they really should be successful, right? And all of this adds to our reputation. The reason why our reputation is as good is, again, because it works both ways. The success that we have is based on what we do. The successes that the students have, at least the foundation of which should be based on what they did with us. And then we reap the rewards. Santa Fe is Spanish for holy faith. Keep the faith. Graduates, adapt, survive the many changes. Perhaps continue your education to learn. Knowledge is powerful. Succeed as our other graduates have. Many times I've said to students, look at the photographs of some of our prior graduates that we have hanging on our walls. What do you think makes the difference? Not only in graduation versus them being a student, but again, about success. Why shouldn't they be as successful as some of these that I've mentioned today? I believe, again, there is a common ground that is shared by these successful people. There's many different ways of saying it. But I look at this as they share some threads of this common ground, more similar, like a valuable tapestry. When I see their successes, the threads that join all of them together, I believe began as students with their projection of real optimism, which continues with all that they do. This outweighs any stresses or pessimism that may surround them. Neither I on graduation. You made it this far. It is up to you to continue to choose wisely. Learn always. As in a most wonderful novel that I recently read, The Art of Racing in the Rain, recommended by Amy Coker. It is written by the author from a perspective of the protagonist's very wise old companion, Enzo, his loyal Labrador retriever. There's many famous quotes now that Enzo can be given credit for. My favorite is this, and please, graduates, listen up. Yes, listen up. One of Enzo's many quotes that I love: that which we manifest is before us. We are creators of our own destinies, be it through intention or ignorance. Our successes and our failures have been brought on by none other than ourselves. To conclude, I do say thank you to God, the Creator, as our founding fathers believed in making all things possible. And I finish my address to all of you with one of my all-time favorite verses from one of the books of wisdom, Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. I sincerely wish you peace and prosperity always. Thank you.
Yeah, we needed to wrap it up. 23 minutes.